Hey guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws and BLUESAWS.com. I hope everybody's doing all right. I got a few videos to make and I figured maybe I could get this one knocked out of the way while I was thinking about it. I've been getting a lot of questions about the Farmer Tech 3120 clone that's coming out, and I want to talk about that. I want to talk about some of the differences that you guys probably wouldn't know between some of the Farmer Tech saws, and those are two Farmer Tech G372s, and then I brought out the Neotech 8120 just to show you that I haven't gotten to messing with it yet. I think I told you guys we got two of them. My buddy Greg has one. He's been going through it. I'm going to go through this one and tell you what's good, what's bad, what we like, what we don't like, and do that whole thing. And hopefully I get this done before I get the Farmer Tech version. So, one of the things that I want to talk to you about is, how am I going to say it? And I got all my chainsaw mill stuff out because I got chainsaw mill videos to make, but that's a whole separate thing. So, we've been doing these ported 372s, and we're doing them a few different ways. We're making just orange pro models, not ported. We're going to jazz them up a little bit. Modified muffler, do the squish, probably a timing advance, but not doing any major port work. Might clean something up, but that's about it. That's what this is. This is a gray and orange 372 Pro. Muffler mod, squish, timing advance, you know, all of those things, Walbro carb. This one here is I think this is the same. This is also an Orange Italy Tech. I got guys who like the orange and gray. They want something different. They don't want their 372 to look like everybody else's 372, so we figured we'd do one in gray too. Sit there, do it. But one of the things that I want to tell you guys, and I don't know that everybody knows, is that Farmer Tech doesn't make everything that they have. Maybe that's obvious. Maybe everybody knows that. And in that, different vendors will do different pieces. What I'm going to tell you is that the orange 372s versus the gray and orange 372s, those are two different animals. Some of the parts are different. They act different. It's not the same saw. And it made us think about it as we're doing this one here, because when you took apart that orange and gray 372, it had the BB Italy cylinder. Some of the parts are a little bit different, and I don't like that cylinder. It's not as clean as what comes in a stock G372. So to me, you're paying the same price for either saw. I'd very much prefer the all orange one. I think it's a better made saw. Yeah, you're still going to have to do the Walbro carb, and you're still going to have to address the issues you have to address. But out of the get-go, that full orange 372 has significantly better parts in it. I don't want to say assembly is better on them. We go through a lot of saws. I don't know how to say that, but I even think the assembly was better on the orange one. I'm just going to say it like that. So given the choice and telling you guys where to spend your money, the safer bet would be on the full orange saw. This one's been gone through. This is a safe bet. This is a pro saw now. So it's a different animal, but stock for stock, go in that direction. Now, guys have been asking me, what are we going to do with the 3120s? And maybe I'll do a pre-order with folks, but I got to talk to you guys about this. We're not saw resellers. All the resellers are jumping on it. They're going to sell this, that, and the other thing, and whatever, guys. I'm not interested in what the resellers do. I have customers who want those saws, and for you guys, I'll get you the saws. Pre-order, I'll give you a discount. Here's my problem. There's certain models of Farmer Tech saws that I don't think are as good quality as other ones. I don't know what the 3120 is going to be. It's an unknown. There's a few concerns. I'm not even going to say concerns. There's a few questions that I have that I need answered. I don't see all of the parts listed for the 3120, and I don't see a 3120 kit. Those two things are, I don't know how to say this politically correct. I'll just say red flags to me. It reminds me of the 260. They've been switching vendors, and I told you the 260 is going to be available again. And one of the things is the quality control is, I imagine Farmer Tech can control it, but on the saws that there are not kits for, it makes me nervous. God, I'm trying to really pick my words here, guys, because I'm not trying to make any more enemies. And telling you guys the truth gets me enemies. And I wouldn't mind that so much, but it doesn't bring in any extra business. You guys don't care. Let me fix that word too. Some of you guys care. And you say, you know what, you help us out, give us good information. We buy from you. If you're $10 more, we don't care. We buy from you just to support you. But most guys just go and they look for the cheapest deal and they get what they get. And I'm not laughing at those guys, but when they get seconds or used saws as new, well, kind of told you so. Maybe you need to know where you're buying a saw from. Maybe it matters going to somebody who's actually a saw shop and can answer questions and do things. Maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. Depends on who you are and what you're doing. So I guess I wanted to show you that there's a different level of quality, picking my words here, guys, between certain models of saws and even variants within a model. You know, it's not like it's a steel saw versus a husky saw. There could be a different level of quality, and when you guys call me, I talk people through that. You know, when you just buy online, you don't, but hopefully you get some of this information. Maybe share it with your friends. Tell other people, hey, hit the YouTube channel, hit their Facebook group, you know, whatever it is, and I'll get the information out to you guys. But this is tough. I'm not trying to piss everyone off with my suspicion. So, in any case, we thought about doing a pre-order, but we know some of the initial problems with new releases. And what I was trying to say before, and I got sidetracked, is that if you're just a reseller, what the resellers do is they get them in, they ship them out, they say they look at them. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter. If you got a broken clutch cover in shipping, whether it was shipping from China and they just shipped it out that way, or shipping within the States, which we generally don't have a lot of damage in the States, so it's probably when it came over on the boat. There's a, 15-20% damage rate on things. Just it's in a boat getting tossed around on an ocean, so it happens. But what they'll do is anything broken is they'll send you the part, and I'll do that too. Broken clutch cover, I'll send you a new clutch cover. Things like that. And I use this as an example for when we swapped over to running every saw before we sold it, was leaking seams along 372 Pros. You couldn't see it with your eyes. And if you didn't fill it up with fuel, you wouldn't know it. And I've gone through in other videos, missing parts in saws, things that weren't right, that looking at it, you couldn't see it. But starting it and running it, well, there's no worm gear in it. Maybe that's why it's not oiling, and things of that nature that happen a lot. So we run them, and we know what we're sending you. That's why we don't have problems. We don't have returns, and some guys like not having problems, and other guys want to roll the dice and say, hey, I'm just going with the first thing I see. Fine, you do what you want to do. So I guess in all of that, with the 3120, if there's major problems as a saw shop and a more customer-oriented business, I'm picking my words still, guys, because this is difficult to do. Number one, I don't want to sound like a dick, like I'm slamming everybody. And number two, I'm really trying not to piss everyone off, because I don't need any more hate. But if there's major problems with it, how do you handle it? If they have, for example, bad case gaskets, that's a pretty big thing. I could send somebody a case gasket in the mail and new seals and some of the parts you're going to need to split the saw. But a lot of guys aren't set up to do that. They don't have the skill set. They don't want to do it, and they bought a brand new saw. On those 372 Pros I was talking about, we swapped out all the saws. You know what I mean? We didn't send you a new handle and, hey, have fun, replace it. That's the difference between a reseller and a saw shop. It's a different level of service. So we're concerned, it's a big, heavy saw. It's not going to be cheap to ship. And if there's major problems, how are we going to handle warranty? And maybe if we did do a pre-sale, give you guys a great deal on it and say, hey, we'll send parts. Maybe that's what we'll do too, just to get it, you know, into some of your hands when you want to buy from us. I'm not sure how to handle it. Maybe they're going to hit and they're going to be perfect. The 880s were pretty good. I think the original batches of 880s, every one of them came in with a broken clutch cover. So if you didn't have clutch covers in stock, you couldn't send them out to your customer. And that was, you know, there was hiccups in it. But the 880 was a great saw when it came out. I'm trying to remember other problems. Overall, it was good. But they also rolled that saw out differently. They rolled it out where the dealers got them, run them, give us feedback. The 3120s wasn't like that. Hey, we finally got the 3120. I don't know if they're buying parts made at the same place where Neotech. I don't know yet. And it scares me to make that investment and sell it to customers who may have problems. And then I have to support you guys. So we're waiting our way through it. I have a couple coming. I'm going to take a look at them. Maybe I'll order more if you guys say, hey, pre-order me one. I understand the risk. Maybe that's a way to do it too. And of course, I'm going to help you through it and get you parts. But I don't have, if I could buy 5 kits today and have every single part that I needed for the saws, I'd have a lot more confidence. I don't even see all the parts listed in their catalog, not offered. I'm unsure of a few things. So the early adopters could have a little delay in getting a saw running if there's a problem. I don't have it. Well, I guess you go by OEM. Don't know how to handle it. I figured I'd talk to you guys about it, tell you a little bit about differences that you guys might not understand. And I think that was a video. I hope that made sense. Trying to give you guys some behind the scenes stuff that I don't think anybody else is going to tell you, and not offend everyone in the world and make more enemies. Anyhow, guys, that's the video. Maybe it'll be good enough. Maybe I should watch this one before I put it up to make sure I didn't offend anybody. I usually just upload them and whatever I say, but I realize that this is somewhat delicate and could step on people's toes, and I have people who like to complain and bitch behind the scenes. And it's kind of, there's some weasel resellers out there who, whatever, they do what they do. Anyhow, guys, True Grit Scott, Bulletproof Saws and BLUESAWS.com. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.